Right, hello and welcome down to Lecala Golf Resort. I'm Matt Fryer and today's lesson is all about how you can build a simple golf swing. Let's make this golf swing as easy as possible. So guys, if this is one of your first videos on my channel, firstly welcome, and also don't forget, do hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any future lessons to help your game improve. Also, do go and check me out on my social medias, loads of other golfing stuff on there. So today's lesson, let's make a simple golf swing. Let's get into that now. Okay, so building a simple golf swing. And one of the things that I like to sort of teach, and I don't necessarily subscribe to a method of teaching, but I do think if you can generally do what I'm about to tell you, you're going to find the game a lot easier. You won't have to make as many manipulations of your swing, and it'll just allow the club to swing a little bit more towards target and just make it just a hell of a lot easier for you guys. So what I'm talking about is making the swing be close towards plane. Now plane, if I just use one of these alignment canes here and I set my ball up there, plane would be the angle on which my club swings round my body. So each club is built at a different angle. They all sit at these angles as we get in. They're designed to sit like that. And what we want to try and do, while I say swing to plane, is see that it's working up and down this angle very close to it to allow it to come back to the ball where we started, get the middle of the club on the ball and get it traveling somewhere pretty close towards target. If we were swinging off plane, it's going to be something where I have to make a lot of manipulations to try and get the club back onto the ball. I'll have to change the face position just to allow for where that club is traveling. So if we are able to try and swing this club a little bit more up and down on plane, we should see that the golf swing becomes very simple from there. So how are we going to do that? Now, for my American viewers, take the analogy as baseball, and for my English or whoever, we're going to think of rounders. But anyway, we've probably all seen baseball anyway and know what happens. Baseball players very much do similar things to a golf swing. They move their bat on a plane. The only difference is that their plane is here. It's more horizontal, as where ours is angled slightly. Theirs is here, and as the pitcher throws the ball, they would swing the club around them and just let the bat swing around them in this circular motion. They wouldn't be working it across, up and down this way, because as that ball's coming towards them here, the chances of them actually clipping it aren't going to be as high as where if it stays on plane and it's looking at the ball for the more of the time, the chances are they're going to get that impact and get the ball struck out of the park. Love that analogy there, some baseball terminology. So what we want to try and do is imagine that we are swinging a baseball bat just to start off with. So if we were to raise our club out in front of us and have our arms fully stretched, for me, the right-handed golfer, my right elbow, my trail one, bends in and my left arm stays stretched. My body turns and then I just return it back to the start here. So all of a sudden it doesn't look like a lot's going on. And as I'm doing this, without me really focusing on it, because of where the club's starting to move, my wrists start to hinge and I can just start to generate some speed in quite a simple motion. Now, if I were to make a motion where I did this or did this, it doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right. So all of a sudden, we know that if I were to do that in my golf swing, it's not going to be right. So if we can just get the simplicity of thinking of a baseball swing to start off with, then we can start to make some swings where we free the body up and let the club just work around on a singular plane. So it becomes quite simple. It doesn't have to be perfectly on plane, but as long as it's moving around this arc, it becomes a lot easier. Then what I'd like you to do, if you've got alignment canes, this would really help you out in this drill, but you can take another club and see that you put your shaft here and have the head sticking out this way for you, or even the grip end sticking out this way, but alignment canes are really good for this. We're going to take this one out, we're going to imagine taking our setup, and then what I'm going to do is place this so it's on my foot line here. So I get it there, I'll just extend it back ever so slightly, and what I'm trying to do now, as I swing, if I were to move the club off plane a lot, as I get to the point where my club's first horizontal to the floor, it's not going to be matching like this one is. If I go out too much, it doesn't match. In too much, it doesn't match. So I want to make a swing where I use my body to turn and my wrists just start to break, and I see that I get it on top of there. Then my next point would be where my left arm is straight to the ground now, it's parallel to the floor, and as we see, the cane is now pointing on an extension back of my ball to target line. So we've got a checkpoint there, a checkpoint here, and then if I swung up to the top where the club was parallel to the ground again, we'd see that this red cane is now parallel to this one. And then on the way down, all I'm trying to do is hit those same points again. So as I then deliver this club back to the ball, I've got a couple of checkpoints here as I'm going through it that make it nice and easy to get this club on plane. So I'd be here, there, match it again, see that it's there, and match it again, and then it'd be very much the same on the way through. And just by doing these simple, slow rehearsals, guys, it's a lot easier to feel the club just working around you on a nice arc, on a nice plane, and just getting it back. So take some time just to go through these stages, have some slow swings and see that you're hitting each checkpoint. And if you can start to get your golf swing to work like this, it becomes nice and simple, like the baseball motion we see, like the baseball motion here. All I do is actually just take my address and make the same swing, and I've got a golf swing. So don't overcomplicate it, don't try and do too much. Have some baseball swings, then go through the checkpoints of here, just trying to get those points to match up as you're making the swings, and it should be a lot easier. Forget about shallowing the shaft and where should my left wrist be and trying to do all these things. Once we've got the golf club in a nice simple action, then we can think about those things a little bit more in depth. But to start off, if you can just try and get these mastered, you'll be a lot better when you're out on the course. You'll find far more consistency. And a great way to do this, either place your phone behind you or practice in front of a mirror or your patio window or something like that, and just see your reflection and see you hitting the checkpoints. Once you do it, it should make your golf swing nice and simple, and hopefully you'll hit some shots, if I can hit a good one, that will be nice and consistent. Absolutely crushed for me. Nice and easy, didn't feel like I had to do a lot there. It just swung around my body on a nice plane. I didn't feel like I had to make any manipulations, and I got that really nice strike and straight shot there. So give those things a go. See if you can get the baseball swing, then run through your checkpoints. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's made the golf swing a little bit simpler for you. Hit that like button if you think that's helped and it has made it simple for you. Also, like I said earlier, don't forget to hit the subscriber bell so you don't miss out on any future lessons. Also, a big thank you to La Cala Golf Resort, who are celebrating their 30th anniversary this year. These 3 fantastic courses have been open 30 years, and what they've done also is get me to make some videos for them over on their channel, so make sure you head over there and don't miss any of those. Also there's a link in the description for plenty more information and offers on the resort if you did want to come down here. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you soon with another golf tip.